Let's begin today's Vanguard news with the new key visuals for the latest season of Vanguard Divines. Now is missing as she didn't make top cut, so those hoping for some Vugger support might have to scavenge whatever slot Bav Saga and whatever new Dragon Empire deck next season didn't take. And it's going to suck for all the Brandgate and Stoicheia mains, as those will be the most hyped nations next season. I hope your bank accounts are ready. Time to see if we should laugh at all the scalpers who tried to sell Battle Sister Cocoa at triple the markup just because Minerva got some new cards. Knowledgeable Eagle, while on rear guard, lets you put itself into your soul at the end of the battle it boosted, while your Vanguard has only one clan. And when it would be soul blasted for the cost of your card's ability, you soul charge one card if your Vanguard has only one clan. Why the hell does this seem more like a support for Ezel than Minerva? While it makes you lose a card on rear guard upon boosting, soul blasting this card replaces itself. So it's like you used Ezel's right phase ability for free, as well as opening up a rear guard circle for Ezel's battle phase ability. You can tell I'm hard coping with Platina Ezel from last week. Magic of Clarity Bibini becomes a Genesis card if your Vanguard's clan is only Genesis. When placed on rear guard from hand, you can pay 1 counter blast or 3 energy if you have a grade 3 or higher Minerva Vanguard, and if your Vanguard's clan is only Genesis, to draw a card, then put a card in your drop zone into your soul. And while on rear guard, you can pay 1 counter blast when your grade 3 or higher Minerva Vanguard attacks and your Vanguard did not stand by a card's ability this turn to stand herself and get 5k power. Platina Ezel only got away to recover his drive check and maybe an extra draw. Meanwhile, Minerva gets to have a restanding rear guard on their grade 3 right turn while going first. This card is the equivalent of Rorelim's early game draw with Thassus's drop zone utility, all while not going -1. On a side note, Minerva having so many cards that uses counter blast, with Angelica being the only counter charger, that Minerva might even need to take Ezel's Din Rain just to have another counter charger. Finally, Ultimate Regalia of Almighty Minerva is a grade 4 unit card with triple drive that cannot be ridden other than by her ability, and she gets all her abilities if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or higher. While on Vanguard, all your front row units get 10k power. While in your soul, you can bind your Omniscience Regalia Minerva Vanguard and putting a card in hand into your soul to ride herself. Then she gets a continuous ability if the card you put into soul with her abilities cost was a Genesis card and you did not ride during your ride phase. That gives all your front row units 5k power. And you retire this unit and ride a card bound with this ability in rest state at the end of that turn. And once per turn while on Vanguard, you can pay 1 counter and 3 soul blast when she attacks to stand herself, but loses 2 drive checks. This card reminds me of the V-Series attempts in retraining G units into main deck cards. But this card is better as you ride her from soul instead of having to keep a brick in your hand. Considering how many cards the deck has that can soul charge from the drop zone, you might even only need 2 copies of her in your deck. Ironic, since the original G unit wanted you to have a place set in your G zone. And for those confused about her second ability, you basically get 20k power if you Persona Road the grade 3 Minerva that turn. But you cannot gain the continuous ability as a result, whereas you get the continuous ability if you did not Persona Road that turn. So your front row only gets 15k power instead. Funny how this card can literally keep up with a Stride deck's Crest power up to their 4th turn. So why even bother playing Thegria when Minerva can do the same thing, but easier and faster? And that concludes this Vanguard news without the bullshit. Special thanks to my Patreon members for continuing to support my content creation. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if you proceeded to laugh at the Battle Sister Cocoa scalpers.